Hello and welcome to the first Health and Wellbeing Committee meeting. As my first act in the role as chair of this committee, I have been asked by our principal, Mrs. Henny Lewis, to identify and raise awareness of a health issue relevant to our school community and propose a justifiable plan that meets the requirements of the health promoting schools approach. By the end of today's meeting, I hope that we as staff at Flex Creek State School are able to come to an agreement on possible strategies and solutions to reduce the amount of bullying within our school to maintain our students' health and well-being. In order to promote an effective school that develops the academic, emotional, and social development and well-being of young people, the safety of all school members is essential. With this being said, here at Flex Creek State School, I believe that not only us as staff members, but also our students are not always in the safest of environments. This is due to the fact that the students are demonstrating reckless, destructive, and harmful behaviours within both the classroom and out on the playground on a regular basis. These behaviours are not acceptable and are not being addressed and taken care of in the correct way. Therefore, the health issues that will be discussed today will be bullying. More specifically, the fact that those who are bullied are at a greater risk of having their mental and physical health harmed. In 2009, research was conducted by the federal government about bullying in schools and found that out of 124 schools across Australia, many of the 7,000 students who were surveyed admitted that they had lost confidence in their teachers' ability to protect them. Whilst this was conducted several years ago, if we as a school community don't try and tackle bullying now, things may get out of control, and we may even lose students due to the fact that they don't feel safe within the environment in which they learn, work, and play. It has been found that out of 40 countries, Australian schools rate amongst those with the greatest incident rate of bullying in the world, with 27% being students in years 4 to 9. Furthermore, another 1 in 20 young people, aged between 5 and 25, called the Kids Helpline in 2014 to get assistance in regards to being bullied. In order to decrease these numbers, it has been indicated by Bullying No Way that we as educators need to be able to determine the difference between conflict and bullying. A conflict is a single incident between equals, whether it be online or in person. Whereas in order for harmful behaviour to be called bullying, 3 definitive elements need to be present. These include a repeated pattern, meaning the harmful behaviour occurs repetitively, the misuse of power between the bully and the victim, and the behaviour needs to cause harm, whether it be mentally, emotionally, or physically. There are several different types of bullying that occurs, including physical, verbal, such as name-calling or threats, and social, such as being left out or rumours being spread. All of these types of behaviours can happen either in an overtly or covertly manner, as well as online or in person. With this being said, just like physical bullying, covert bullying can have exactly the same effect on someone, however can last longer before someone becomes aware of it. This is due to the fact that this form of bullying has more severe psychological, social, and mental consequences, which are more difficult for schools and parents to detect. In saying this, in research conducted by the federal government, experts believe that covert bullying will become even more perilous with the use of social media and other technologies, as it will start to follow international trends. The data presented here shows how much exposure Years 4, 6, and 7 students have to overt and covert behaviour. As you can see by these statistics from the Australian Prevalence Study, Year 4 students have been exposed to both overt and covert bullying more than Years 6 and 7. This is due to the fact that bullying is more common amongst younger students and slowly decreases later in adolescence. It is when students reach their early high school years and meet new peers that bullying increases again. This corresponds with the following data. Those who are involved in a bullying situation are the bully and the victim. The bystander is also included, however makes a personal choice as to whether they want to be a hurtful bystander and be a part of the problem, or a helpful bystander and be part of the solution. So why do people bully? Well, to be able to comprehend this, we must first step into the shoes of the bully, to look into their past to see why they've become who they are. Obviously, people bully for many different reasons. However, bullying is a choice. Majority of the time, bullying occurs due to the fact that the bully has or is being bullied themselves. They're lonely or jealous, or they have been having problems of their own at home, such as being physically or verbally abused, which can result in them in becoming an aggressive and emotional person and have low self-esteem. Bullying others will make the bully feel as though they are powerful, as well as boost their self-esteem and ego as they think they are improving their social status. This becomes particularly worrying as if it escalates further, they will eventually not see bullying as wrong, and will have a 1 in 4 chance of having a criminal record by the age of 30. In this study, conducted by the Department of Education and Training, Figure A shows the percentage of males and females in years 4 to 9 who take part in any form of bullying, and indicates that whilst boys engage in bullying more than girls at 8.5%, does not mean that girls do not engage in bullying. In fact, it is in Figure B that shows that girls are more likely to participate in covert-like bullying at 5.2%. The consequences of bullying itself can last longer than bullying. This is due to the fact that it affects the different dimensions of an individual's health. The different dimensions of an individual's health include physical, mental, social, emotional, spiritual, and environmental. If an individual is being socially bullied, such as being left out, being ignored, or having rudeness spread about them deliberately, both of their social and emotional well-being will be affected. This is due to the fact that they will start to feel lonely, upset, and worthless, which can lead to having low self-esteem and depression. When being bullied, either for a short or long period of time, there are many things that a student could experience. These include having a negative attitude towards school and other students, to the point where they become fearful of going to school and associating with others for the fear of being bullied. Their capacity to concentrate and obtain the necessary knowledge and skills decreases. They form low self-esteem and self-confidence, and they become shy and isolate themselves from social situations, which can result in developing a social phobia. All of these things mentioned will have some form of impact on the student's mental health, which in turn will put stress on and impact their other dimensions of health. Bullying has become more of a challenge to reduce in schools and will take time to be achieved. Yet, within the last 10 years, evidence of applying anti-bullying strategies within schools has shown to be a success, with bullying becoming considerably reduced. Even though here at Flax Creek State School, we have a variety of strategies that have been implemented as a part of our responsible behaviour plan and can be effective at times, I believe they're not being utilised to their fullest potential, alongside the fact that we as teachers are focusing more on the positive behaviour and not reprimanding the negative. Therefore, I have devised a holistic approach that I believe should reduce the bullying that occurs within our school. Take a Stand, Lend a Hand is aimed at students in years 4 to 6. This is due to the fact that, as stated earlier, bullying occurs during the middle years of schooling. By implementing the following approach, we will be raising awareness about bullying and how it affects people, suggesting strategies that will help our students to prevent and respond to bullying, and building confidence in our students to respond to and report bullying in order to maintain their mental health and well-being. By implementing this approach, we as a school community will be adopting the Health Promoting Schools approach, which is based upon 3 interconnected components: curriculum, teaching and learning, school organisation, ethos and environment, and partnerships and services. The curriculum, teaching and learning branch of the Health Promoting Schools framework focuses on what is taught and learned and how something is taught and learned. Bullying already has a slight focus within the health and physical education curriculum. However, to further develop bullying, I believe it needs to be incorporated into other subject areas, such as drama and technologies. As a part of the school-wide positive behaviour support approach, the whole school should focus on a different type of bullying each week, looking at what it looks like and strategies to deal with it. This strategy should be addressed on assemblies, as well as in their SWPBS lesson. For example, one week could focus on verbal bullying, with the students learning fogging, to gather different things to do and say to the bully, all while staying calm. By incorporating these strategies into our school, students are becoming more educated about bullying, its consequences, and how to cope with a bullying situation. The school organisation, ethos and environment branch of the Health Promoting Schools framework focuses on how both the physical and social environments of the school feel. These environments should feel safe and fun, whilst being free from harassment and discrimination. Therefore, students should be encouraged to create their own anti-bullying policies and rules on how they want their peers to interact with one another, in the classroom and out on the playground, and display these around the school. In addition to this, to build a student's confidence and to see there is no shame in reporting bullying, every afternoon a no shame session should be implemented. This is where all students will anonymously report on who they did and did not get along with during the day. They should also state why they did not get along with someone. By doing this of an afternoon, we as teachers should be able to see any patterns or reoccurrences between who is and isn't getting along, which will allow us to investigate and sort out any problems. Through incorporating these strategies, we'll make our school community feel like a safe environment to be in, where everyone knows how they should interact with one another and that it is okay to report a bullying incident. The Partnerships and Services branch of the Health Promoting Schools framework incorporates and builds the relationship between the school and outside community. With this being said, the school can invite in an organisation, such as Values for Life, that run anti-bullying and resilience programs with the students. Not only do the workshops engage and inform students about bullying with hands-on activities, but also gives teachers and parents resources on how to help children through difficult bullying situations, building and maintaining their resilience, and giving ideas on different strategies and programs that could be trialled within the school. Schools play a large role in utilising students with the knowledge and skills on preventing and dealing with bullying. Therefore, through the implementation of Take a Stand, Lend a Hand, Blacks Creek State School will be able to achieve this through introducing different strategies and collaborating with students, parents and the community.